Hello everyone and welcome to another video on my channel, The Mad Pizza Productions. In this video we're going to be ranking all of the Batman movies from worst to best. Of course there are spoilers ahead for all of these movies, so yeah, let's just get into it. So at number 9 we have Batman and Robin. So this movie was just a disaster. This is some of the worst casting I've ever seen in a movie. It's featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger as a horribly miscast Mr. Freeze. I mean, that guy did just not fit the role. He was terrible. It also introduced stuff like the Bat nipples, Bat credit card, and even the Bat ice skates. And it also introduced Batgirl, because why not? Batgirl was played by Alicia Silverstone, which was a horrible choice for Batgirl. Batgirl was really unnecessary in this movie. I don't know why they put Batgirl in, but But seriously, Batgirl was just horrible in this movie. So was Alicia Silverstone. And then we have George Clooney as Batman. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. When George Clooney met Mr. Freeze for the first time, he just jumped in like, "Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman." "Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman." And he was just horrible. I mean, he was okay as Bruce Wayne, but yeah, he was just horrible as Batman. Horrible. Michael Gough's Alfred was probably the best casting in this movie. Rest in peace, by the way. Also, Bob Kane, Bob Kane, the guy who created Batman, of course, with the other creator being Bill Finger. This was the last movie Bob Kane saw before he died. The last Batman movie, which is just sad. And Joel Schumacher, the director of Batman and Robin, has even publicly apologized for it.
If there's anybody watching this that, let's say, loved Batman Forever and went into Batman and Robin with great anticipation, if I disappointed them in any way, then I really want to apologize, because it wasn't my intention. My intention was just to entertain them.
So coming into the number 8 spot, we have Batman Forever. Now, Batman Forever was the prequel to Batman and Robin, and it wasn't much better, actually. I mean, it was better, but not much. It was still a bad movie. I mean, Val Kilmer was okay as Bruce Wayne and Batman. Chris O'Donnell as Robin, not so much. Jim Carrey, of course, they put him in all the marketing because back then Jim Carrey in a Batman movie was crazy. Tommy Lee Jones was good as Two-Face, but just the makeup wasn't really good. And also, it's kind of weird that they didn't bring Billy Dee Williams in as Two-Face, because he was Harvey Dent back in Batman 1989. So I find that kind of weird. He also switched skin color. But all in all, this movie was the movie that introduced the bat nipples. And I mean, Val Kilmer was okay as Batman and Bruce Wayne, and just the bat nipples, it was just weird. So number 7 is Batman 1966. So this movie, I rewatched it on Netflix recently. It's kind of campy. It's okay, but yeah, it really hurts me to put it this low, and I enjoyed rewatching it. It's just that some scenes were just too long. Some scenes just went on for too long, like the scene where Bruce Wayne is on a date with Catwoman. It just went on for a bit too long, and yeah, it was just pow and kaboom and all that pow stuff. It was kind of weird, and it's really outdated, but I mean, it's a good watch. You can watch it without cringing like the last two, cringing like hell, but Adam West, rest in peace, he did a good job as Batman, but he's not a really fit guy in real life, but he was okay in this movie. Burt Ward was okay too, and just the shark repellent scene, it's just weird. So at number 5 is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I was really looking forward to see it in theaters. And when it came out, I was a bit disappointed because, okay, let's start with the good. Ben Affleck as Batman. Holy shit. I was not expecting him to be so good after what happened in Daredevil. He was amazing as Batman. The only downside is that he murdered people, but he was the redeeming quality of Batman v Superman. Henry Cavill, as Superman, Clark Kent, he was good, but Superman is a bit too dark in this universe, in this DCEU. I think they should go a bit more like the original Christopher Reeve Superman, and it seems like that's what they're doing in Justice League. They're going with a bit more light tone like Marvel, but he's good. I really enjoyed Alfred in this movie. Him and Bruce's connection, that was awesome too. The fight where Batman fought Superman, it was one of the best action scenes, if not the best, in the DCEU. Wonder Woman's introduction in this movie, I mean, it was okay, but she felt really unnecessary. But Gal Gadot did a good job, but she did feel unnecessary, just like Doomsday did. Doomsday did not have to be in this movie. He did not. And why did Superman sacrifice himself? He could have just given it to Batman. He didn't do anything in this fight, and he could have thrown it, or Wonder Woman instead of that. But yeah, Amy Adams did a good job as Lois Lane. But let's go to the bad now. Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor. This was weird. He was so over the top all the time, and I just didn't enjoy it. None of the Lex Luthors until now have been comic accurate, but yeah. But it was an okay movie. I mean, it was fine. So my number 5 pick is Batman Begins. Now, it really pains me to put it this low on the list, but just rewatching all of the movies, I just enjoyed the other movies more than this. But let's get with the good stuff. Christian Bale Batman, amazing. Christian Bale's Batman was just really, really good, except for the Batman voice. Morgan Freeman, Lucius Fox, amazing as well. Michael Caine Alfred, he was good, but he didn't top Michael Goff, I think. Liam Neeson, Ra's al Ghul, really awesome. Yeah, he was just amazing. So was Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne Batman. Gary Oldman was this was probably the best casting in all of the Dark Knight trilogy, except for Heath Ledger. He was really good too in this movie, amazing. Except for Katie Holmes, this is just a perfectly cast movie. The story was really good too, and everything was just amazing. This movie, everything was good. I liked everything about this movie. So number 4 is Batman Returns. So probably the reason movie is this high is because of Danny DeVito as the Penguin. This guy delivered a phenomenal job. He was amazing, and so was Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. She was really awesome too. She was the best Catwoman we've had yet, in my opinion. And I really liked the love between her and Batman. It was good too. Everything about this movie was just okay. It was just good. So I really enjoyed all of the casting in this movie. I kind of liked the Christmas Halloween vibe it had to it. I really like that. So this movie was good. The story was good too. The Penguin trying to become the mayor, Oswald Cobblepot trying to become the mayor. So I enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed it, rewatching it. And in fact, more than Batman Begins. I know Batman Begins is a better movie, but I think it is too, but I just enjoyed rewatching this more. So number 3 is The Dark Knight Rises. Now this movie was good because Tom Hardy, amazing as Bane. Anne Hathaway as Catwoman was the second best Catwoman we've had, in my opinion. Kristen Bale did a good job too. Bane, really, he was just amazing. Tom Hardy as Bane, I really liked him. And the crashing this plane scene was probably the best action sequence, probably one of the best action sequences in all of the Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, seriously, that scene was just pure gold. And so was the fight between Batman and Bane where he broke his back. I really enjoyed watching that again. So yeah, this was again a perfectly cast movie. The story was good too. Batman hasn't been Batman for 8 years, and he's coming back to stop the threat that's Bane. So this is a good movie. just like my number 2 pick, The Dark Knight. Now, a lot of you are probably shocked that this is not number 1, but I guess you can kind of guess what number 1 is. But this was, a lot of people think that, okay, let's start. Heath Ledger did the Joker. Holy shit. He was amazing. This was one of the best acts in any movie ever. I mean, he was just amazing. I mean, oh my goodness. Christian Bale, amazing as Batman 2, as always. And there were all sorts of cool action scenes in this, like the interrogation scene. I mean, it was amazing. The car chase scene, it was really good too. The scene where the Joker comes up the elevator, and fun fact, this was actually Michael Caine's first time he saw Heath Ledger's Joker. So this was the first time when he came in the elevator that Michael Caine saw Heath Ledger's Joker. Aaron Eckhart, I did not expect him to be so good as he was in the Two-Face and Harvey Dent role. My only problem with Two-Face is that he didn't do much in the movie, but the makeup that made him look like Two-Face was amazing. This was just such a good, amazing, fantastic, phenomenal movie, and the Bat-Pod was good too, and there's a reason that Heath Ledger won an Oscar for his role after he died. There's a reason that a lot of people think that this is the best comic book movie of all time. But for me, there's one that is better. So at number 1, we have Batman 1989. So this movie is really close to me. Now, I grew up with this movie as a kid. As a kid, this was my favorite movie. So let's just get into it. Michael Keaton as Batman. A lot of people doubted him as Batman, and they actually sent letters to Warner Brothers saying that they should recast him. But I'm glad they didn't, because Michael Keaton was just so good as Batman. The Batmobile in this movie is really amazing too. I actually have a toy here at home with the Batmobile that I've had for a long time. It's kind of broken now, but okay, so Jack Nicholson worked really well as the Joker. I mean, he was just awesome. He's such a good actor, Jack Nicholson. I mean, this guy was just born to play the Joker. I mean, this guy, I'm saying it right now, he is my favorite Joker portrayal on the big screen of all time. I mean, the first Tim Burton Batman movie really made The Dark Knight to The Dark Knight. Before it was like pow and wham and all that. But I really like the end scene of Batman 2, and I really like the way that the Joker and Batman were kind of connected because the Joker killed Batman's parents. And Jack Nicholson's Joker kind of stole the spotlight, which I really liked, and when it came out, it was the best superhero movie of all time that we had ever seen. I mean, Jack Nicholson is the most comic book accurate Joker, and he proved that a 52-year-old man can still be a supervillain. This was also the movie that made me get into Michael Keaton and made me think, like, wow, he's a good actor, and he was good as Batman. He didn't say much when he was in the costume, which was awesome, and he was fantastic as Batman. The only thing I didn't really like was in this movie was Michael Keaton's portrayal as Bruce Wayne. He was good as Batman, but not as really as Bruce Wayne. I mean, the scene where he's like, "You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts." It was really, really weird. I will always have a place in my heart for this movie. And also, another fun fact, the part where the guy's like, was showing the guy the drawing where it says, "Have you seen this man?" was actually drawn by Bob Kane, the Batman artist, which is cool. So guys, say down in your comments what your favorite Batman movie is, and also, who is your favorite Joker? Is it Heath Ledger or is it Jack Nicholson? I mean, both Ledger and Nicholson were fantastic in their own time. But let's be honest, Heath frickin' killed it. And for that, he will always be remembered. But my favorite still remains Jack Nicholson Joker. So guys, say down in your comments what your favorite Batman movie is, and also, who is your favorite Joker? Is it Heath Ledger or is it Jack Nicholson?